So, part two of Encounter with the Missionary Man and finding your own personal truths through the religion that you were born into. Um, so, he told me, so I said, I can't prescribe to a faith where the father is so cruel to his children. And these are ideas that Jason King would bring up. And I really did agree with that. I'm so fortunate that, I've had this dialogue with the satanic community and the atheistic community and the theistic community. It really made me feel much more level headed about what I was talking about. And I was surprised that I was finding reasons to, stand up and say, I'm not going to take this, you know, shit that you're trying to shove down my throat. Because well, you've accepted Christ, so, you don't have to worry. You're going to heaven. No, you don't have to worry about that because you're blah 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 saved by faith through grace. And there's Paul's thing. And I was like, yeah, I'm very well aware of saved by faith through grace, but I'm really disappointed that a lot of Christians use that to think that they don't need to live their lives with any kind of social merit, or they can do terrible things to people. And he was like, well, don't you want to have the easy way out? Don't you want to have the, otherwise it's going to be fire and brimstone. You've got a free ticket. I'm like, yeah, I think that's a very dangerous thought to say that we have a free ticket. That really makes me uncomfortable. I think that you need to live your life, and if you follow Christ, you will live your life like Him. And I think people need to do a little bit more of that. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I'm talking to Jesus right now. I've got Him in the face. He's in me, He's in Him. Ooh, try not to deny Him. But it was a really moving experience for me. And the guy told me, God, I can't remember. Anyway, I asked him, have you read the Bible? I said, can I ask you a personal question? He said, really, sure. I said, well, have you read the Bible? And he said, yes, I have many times. And I said, well, I'm trying to read the Bible right now, and I've just read Genesis, and, can I ask you, did it make sense to you, Genesis? He was like, yeah, sure. I mean, it's the Word of God, and it was really easy to understand. I was like, well, to me, Genesis does not make any sense at all. It's very hard to believe. And let me show you my book right now. So luckily, I did have this in my bag. I was like, this is the book that I'm reading right now. And he's like, what, really? You mean you're really studying this? And I was like, yes, I am, because this past year, I've been trying to find Christ, and, he said, if you try to find me, you'll find me. So I've been trying to. So this is my text, and it really is telling me about biblical scholarship, and I'm really trying to do work on what the missing books of the canon of the current Bible that we have right now are, and what happened at the Council of Nicaea. And he was like, canon? What is canon? I was like, so you don't know what the word canon is, or canonical works, or canonization of the Bible? And he was like, no, I don't. And I said, well, it's all the accepted versions of the Bible that was decided upon at the Council of Nicaea. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, this man doesn't even know that there are other books and other Gospels that were written. Just like my mom. I've got another interesting story about that. Well, anyway, it all came down to me just saying to myself, Balaam, just thank this man for talking to you and for giving you a chance to get these feelings off of your chest. And the man gave me his literature, and I'm supposed to go online and check it out, which I don't know what I've done with it. I've been cleaning my apartment, I can't find it. But he was like, if if you're okay with it, you can check it out online and see what you think about it. And I'm like, yeah, I want to. Your art is very beautiful, and I think you're a great artist. And thank you for sharing your views with me today, and thank you for stopping me and talking to me. But I really have to go now. And he was like, what? And I was like, and your name is. I asked him his name. He never asked me my name. And my name is an Old Testament name, so he thought that was very interesting. And he was like, why did your? He was like, Balaam and the ass. I was like, yeah, I get that a lot. How rude. But I was very rude to question his faith as well. Anyway, I had an experience with the missionary man that really started boiling the satanic blood in me, the atheism, the deconversion. It made me realize that, you know, I want, if I'm going to worship a deity, I want to do it. The special acts that I do, I want them to be private. I don't want to be standing in front of a train station trying to get money from people. Unless I have some kind of crazy experience like I've already had. But my God seems very different than his God. And my Jesus has been revealing himself to me in every other person that I meet. So it's my chance to communicate with them and to ask them the questions of why do I feel betrayed? Why do Christians tell me God hates fags when there's supposed to be no difference between a Jew or a Greek or a slave or a master or a female or a male? We're all just one people. And if I could just get married to my partner, I wouldn't be so angry. But I'm very angry. And I want to get rid of it. And I will always be on this spiritual journey because I have been indoctrinated into a culture that makes us consider what happens to us on the other side every moment of our days. So my Japanese friends just think it's just strange that I'm always thinking about this stuff, always, and talking about spirits and these other dimensions. People just don't get it. Except for you, Karen, and Dominique, and Mark, and my friends. Thank you for being there for me. YouTube has really opened my eyes because all of my life the church has tried to put scales over my eyes, and now the scales are being removed. The scales are being removed. And by the way, on my other reading book list, I've done Hellraiser, Clive Barker, The Hellbound Heart. I'm doing the Secret Teachings of All Ages. And I'm also doing Sexual Alchemy, Magical Intercourse with Spirits. What a variety. Flattery.